What's up, YouTube? This is the Federation here, and it has been a while since I've said that. So I've just come back from college yesterday, or university as Europeans would call it, and I think Canadians as well. Whatever you want to call it, I just got back. And yeah, it's time for me to attempt to catch up on my Rome 2 skills. Attila is just around the corner, relatively, about 2.5, 3 months away. But I definitely see myself as having a significant interest in Rome 2. All I've done kind of during the past term was play a little bit of campaign here and there. I didn't have too much time. And yeah, I just would, when I would get on Rome 2 at all, it would be mostly just to screw around a little bit with the AI. Yeah, didn't really have the energy or the I guess the ability to keep up with the updates that were happening and keep myself competitive. So yeah, I think I'm at rank 150 or something on the leaderboard now. That's a totally irrelevant ranking because I would say that currently I'm probably one of the worst Rome 2 multiplayer players. This is one of my first games back in however long it's been, like 3 months. And by the way, I'm sorry about this loading screen. I just thought I would talk a little bit more than I do before my other videos, just to explain some things. But yeah, it's, as I said, one of my first games back. I know there's been a huge amount of changes, which obviously have carried over to campaign, but it always plays out a little bit differently in campaign than it does in the competitive multiplayer scene, for a wide variety of reasons. Mostly just because in campaign you're playing against the AI who likes to spam, like Levy Freeman and Ferrari and weak armies like that, whereas when you're playing against a player, you're facing an entirely different kind of unit, kind of mentality, a lot more creativity. Against the AI, you find you can normally get away with doing the same thing over and over again, which doesn't happen so much against people. So let's overload this flank. Yeah, this could go absolutely terribly. Tactics have changed, the way people use certain units have changed. Yeah, so we'll see if I'm able to maintain some kind of dignity after the end of this battle, but I hope you don't judge me too harshly for the way I perform. I think it's fair to say my micromanagement has gone to shit as well, so hopefully that's something that I am able to bring back over the next few days. You see, I'm not even remembering to take my guys off skirmish mode. Took someone off skirmish mode, I thought. Maybe not. I guess not. Yeah, I'm just imagining things. But yeah, so we'll see if we can hopefully improve what we've been doing. Oh, and Galatia has mercenary Cappadocian cavalry. That's interesting. So he's got Syrian. Oh, I didn't even know they had Syrian archers either. That could prove to be a good bit of a challenge. Also a Celtic slinger. His general is an Galatian noble. And then he has a bunch of legionaries. So the one thing I know I'm going to have to be careful about is elephants running into the legionary javelins. Other than that, as long as I can take out these archers, I might be in pretty decent shape. So let's stop right here, actually. And I'm gonna take these two over here and make it a 3-on-3 between our cavalry. And then send a Libyan hoplite here. And we'll see what we can do. I think the best thing for me to do is going to be to screen with these late Libyans, and just kind of hold against these Galatian legionaries. I'm going to want to keep this at a distance for a while because my one tool is these elephants. So let's just kind of slow play this, see if I can take out some of his skirmishers with these two cav units. Take an engagement on this flank with his cav. He's going to begin firing, but it looks like it's at my late Libyans. And if that's the case, I'm perfectly happy to just go into hoplite wall and take that, not really engagement, but take that take the fire, use his ammunition. He's going to stop firing. Probably the smart move. Oh, nope, he's still firing. Alright. So let's condense my slingers. Actually, don't even need to. You can just fire like this. And move my cav out wide. And we'll take that charge, take this charge, and wrap these two around. Alright, that's not an engagement I want. Yeah, and if he's going to keep firing, that's more than fine with me. Alright, so this should be a fairly favorable engagement out there. And he's lost all his mobility. Since he has no cav, and that should allow me to pull off this maneuver here. He's got to go somewhere. And I think this should be the type of engagement I want. Yeah, now he's forced onto this end where my Carthaginian cav can come do some nice work. Alright, so this could be a good charge here. My Libyans should be able to outrun his more heavily armored Galatian legionaries. So, alright, let's take our slingers and fire at those Syrian archers. And then let's begin to move up on this flank. And over here like this. And let's just commit fully to this cav fight.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful
And as you can see, I struggle with even the basics like clicking. But, oh well. I think I'm doing reasonably in this battle. I don't expect to get entirely destroyed. And this is going to be very unfortunate for him pulling out of this fight, or at least it would have used to have been. I should be able to get a nice surround going there. So let's take these two and actually go in for a bit of a charge. And then we're going to want to take our slingers at those Syrian archers. Oh wait, nope, wrong cav unit. And as you can see, I'm still making these pretty basic mistakes. But this Campanian cav, or Campanian cav, can come in and do some nice work. Good interception by him right there. Actually, these guys have a lot of javelins, I think. So I should be able to do some pretty decent damage without even having to engage. But now is the time for the elephants.
Flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
And we're going to need this unit to just give a little bit of chase to that Celtic slinger. Just keep it occupied. So let's keep these units that I have here in the fight still, using these generals' abilities. And let's try to not be throwing javelins when my elephants come in. I think that would be ideal. And now my elephants should have pretty much free reign over this battlefield. So let's go for these Galatian legionaries.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Alright, we can go for those Galatian legionaries. And let's just keep these elephants moving. I saw they got a pretty decent mass increase in the last update, so I'm going to want to be taking advantage of that. Let's go in through the back of these legionaries. And now is the time to engage my Libyan hoplites, or at least activate them. Keep him busy.
This is a shameful display.
And I do have this Libyan infantry, which I forgot about as well, which might be fairly useful. I believe my elephants are going berserk for one reason or another. I guess he must have got some solid javelin volleys off on me, which is a little bit annoying. And that's why I guess I probably should have engaged him sooner with my Libyans, just to keep him from throwing javelins. And if he's going to turn to face these guys, that's actually what I want. What he should probably be doing is just throwing javelins at my elephants continuously. As long as I keep his focus off doing that, my elephants should come back from being berserk at some point. Nope, I'm misclicking again. Let's get a nice back charge here. And there come the elephants. Let's go on a hoplite wall, just make this last as long as possible, and I did leave my guys in formation attack again just to help them last. The basics are still the same in the game, I would be pretty confident in saying.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
And I'm just going to assume that's a sword unit. Though I don't see who's out of ammunition. Maybe I'm just blind. No, it would be my Campanian Cav. Not a huge worry. And these elephants aren't doing... Oh, they're doing actually quite well. They just hadn't been paying much attention to their exact form of success, but they're doing what I would need them to. And I'm not sure if this is effective use of my slingers, also not sure it matters at this point. I think I have this game won. Yeah, so I'll move them over, but I don't think it should matter. Let's get a nice back charge, finish off these legionaries, and these Scutarii have done quite well for themselves. I didn't engage these Libyans until just now, so they're going to be a fairly uninvolved unit, but
the battle is turning in our favor.
Looks like it worked out anyways. Again, don't want to be throwing javelins in there as my elephants come in. Getting a little bit of lag, but game's still functioning. So yeah, it's good to be back. Definitely enjoy Rome 2 quite a bit. It's one of my favorite games I've played. Obviously it's had its problems, had its glitches, but I'd say in its current form, it's definitely a game I greatly enjoy. And even before they fixed everything, I still enjoyed it. I get a little frustrated at times, but definitely always a game I've had fun with. So let's end that battle there. 298 kills on my elephants, 212 on this Campanian Cav, 111 on these slingers. Other than that, the rest of my forces just kind of held out, did their job. His Galatian legionaries did pretty well for themselves, but they're an 800 talent unit. So yeah, only a few of my units got any amount of kills, and it was a Pyrrhic victory. Not really best battle I've ever fought, but we'll see if I can hopefully pull back my skill level over this break. I do have 6 weeks, actually even a little bit more. I am gone next week on a backpacking trip, but other than that, I should be around. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's good to be back and into the competitive scene. It's definitely pretty fun. And I will see you guys in the next one.